Hi, Erica here. I just got back from my vendor show a little bit ago and I'm exhausted. But I wanted to make soup. I'm hungry for soup. So I figured I'd try out the new blender. I'm going to make, it's to be tomato basil soup. And I cheated and actually got tomato with basil in instead of getting some fresh basil. But this is supposed to be quick and easy, so we're going to see how hard this actually is. So what you want to do is follow the directions that are in the book here, and you want to go in order as it's written. So the first thing you needed to do was add a 1/4 cup of water or vegetable broth. You needed a little, I believe it was like a teaspoon of salt. I'm not a big salt person, so I'm going to put this here a second and just grind a couple shakes here. It then says you need to add 2 Roma tomatoes. And they say to chunk them up, so I chunked them up somewhat. But I wanted to see what it turns out if they're not really chunked up. And yes, I did wash my hands. If I can pick it up. You're to add a 1 can, 28 ounces of whole tomatoes. What I have here is I believe they can consider this as an Italian mix, that it's diced with basil, garlic, and oregano. Just going to add that in there. A little extra garlic, which I already minced. Maybe if I can get it out. Need another hand, so hold on a second. I like garlic, so lots of garlic in there. And some, it was to be a half of onion, but I didn't feel like cutting an onion, so we're going to use some minced onion flakes, if I can get the container open here. Okay, and then you're just to put on the lid. And you'll hear it click. It is on. And do you hear that little beep? So you know that the lid is on and it's on correctly. And then, believe it or not, all I have to do is turn this to soup. Where it's soup, and press the wheel. What it's doing now is now heating. When you see those dashes move around, that's what it's signaling. So as you can see here, it does say heat. So it's actually going to start heating up and actually cooking. I don't know if you can hear that. But it was bubbling. So it's going to keep heating up. And when the timer is done, all I have to do is push cancel. So when that time is done, I will come back and we'll test some tomato soup. It will actually be in a new video because I'm going to actually turn this off. So hopefully it turns out good. I just wanted to show you how fast this heats up. This is cool. It's been about 15 minutes or so that it's been cooking. I don't think you can see. No. You could actually see the steam coming out. You can see it bubbling. Wait. Can you see the steam there? So it's getting nice and hot. And we have about 12 minutes left. The temperature, as you can see, is 210 degrees. It is nice and hot. Look at that. Looks really yummy. Smells even better. This is the neatest thing. Well, this just beeped to tell me that it was done. As you can see, it looks pretty good. It smells delicious. Normally, if I was going to add the fresh basil, I would put that in now and then just hit pulse until it was blended. There's the beeping. But I'm just going to hit cancel to turn it off there. And I'm going to turn off the side here. I'm going to get a bowl. Doesn't that look good? And I'll let you guys know shortly what it's like. Okay, I'm going to open this now. I don't know if you can see the steam coming off that. It's nice and hot. If nothing else, it's very hot. I'm gonna lift this off the base. I actually need another hand, so let me do this. It's not as thick as I normally would like it. Unfortunately, this seems thick. So I think I just got a little part that's not quite done. Ah, there it goes. And I'm afraid to taste it because it looks almost too hot, as you can see in that video, but let's see. Very yummy. Oh yeah. Definitely a keeper. Much better than canned. Much better than canned. Thanks for joining me.